My name is Ronny Goodlass and you're watching Toffee TV.
Welcome to Toffee TV, to the match preview for Everton versus West Brom. It's me, Baz. Ronny Goodlass is still with us. It's got to be 3 points this one, Ron, hasn't it? I was having a little look at West Brom's results before. I don't think they've won a Premier League game since the 2nd of January.
Why have you brought that up?
Because it's fact. I'm not, it's a fact. They haven't won.
Be positive, Baz, because Stoke was like that. I thought myself, they haven't done well.
Yeah.
But it's up to ourselves. It's how we play. Forget about West Brom, 10-1 up front, and ETB to come back to haunt us and all that. You just got to say to ourselves, if we can go to Stoke, we're on a really good run, we're keeping clean sheets, we look really positive defensively. Yeah. I think everything's going really well, but spot on. You can't, after the Lord Mayor's show, you got to turn around and say, this is the consistency where I said, can we go through February unbeaten? And that's the targets we've got to start going for. We've got 6 out of 6 and we get 9 out of 9. I think we have to. They'll come. They're struggling to score goals. We know they'll get, organisation and all that. Try to bore us out of the game. But I just think the vibrancy we're playing with, the players we've got back fit, there's not 1 or 2 playing well. You're talking 8, 9, 10 players, which is fantastic in any team. But I just think at Goodison, we've done well against Newcastle. Okay, not the best Newcastle team I've seen, but you can only beat what's out there. I think that's what we've got to do at West Brom. Be positive, play really with the intensity that we're starting to play with, which again, we've got to do. That's one of our strengths. And we've got to turn around and say, look, if you want to compete with us, we're going to compete with you, but we've got the skill and the technique and the quality in our team that can steam. I could see it being under 3, I'm betting on that anyway, so it's 4 on a bounce, because I think the last time we won 3-0, I think it was 1746.
But I mean, 1927,
yeah,
I think.
It's a long time.
Around the same time.
It's a long
McPartland done a stat, didn't he? Yeah.
Well, long time ago, so I mean, put that one to bed. But I mean, I just think again, good time to play West Brom, hopefully, and just be positive the way we're going to push forward.
Yeah, it's if we can get another early goal, I think that'll be massive only, because they haven't been losing games by massive amounts. It's only the odd goal again. Newcastle the weekend, I think they lost 1-0, so it's only the odd goal. So they are. What Pulis' teams like, don't we?
Well, I mean, the goal, seeing the goal, Newcastle actually scored. Goal got disallowed and then scored a minute later, didn't he? But the goal was very un-Pulis-like, because
down the middle,
it was right down the middle, and Mitrovic, who couldn't score in the Grafton at 2 o'clock in the morning, if that's still a thing, the Grafton, he wouldn't have been able to score there or in any kind of brothel or anything. Managed to put the ball in the back of the net, so that shows West Brom's
I think what we've got to do, Ron, as well, and I think we say about this every single week. If we keep a clean sheet, we'll win the game. I know that's a bit of a Michael Owen thing, but it's true though, isn't it? If Everton keep a clean sheet, I don't see we'll win the game. We'll win. I know if we said we wouldn't lose the game, that's quite obvious, but we'll win the game if we keep a clean sheet, because we will score goals. We've got goals in us, whether it be Ross, Rom, Aaron Lennon at the moment, or even
Coleman.
Even we'll stand to look more sharper off set pieces. I think if we get a clean sheet, we'll win the game. Most games now, and I think if Roberto starts getting that into his head, if he got that into his head in August, we'd probably be top 4 now, which is one of the big changes of the season.
We're more likely to score than not score, and I'm like yourself, confident that we can go out there and score against anybody, but it's keeping the back door shut. And I just think, the players that we've got now and the formation we're playing, we can hit you on the break. And this is the thing over, the likes of Lukaku, because as you say, he had a knock, and I think again he's still, done what he had to do, sort of thing. But I think against West Brom, they are a bit physical, but I just think again we can handle all that.
Yeah.
But it's doing it in a way, which playing at Goodison, because this, if we had the away form at home, we'd be doing a Leicester, wouldn't we? But it's something we've just got to do. But I just think we can be so positive from now to the end of the season. I've got no worries about going to Bournemouth again. I think we can turn them over. Watch the Arsenal game yesterday, and I think that they're not that good a side, and there's no fear there. But it's these picking these points up. 9 points in 3 games, you just fly up the league.
Well, we've got a great run as well now. I mean, we've got to go to Old Trafford, which psychologically is that's it, and that's the only barrier. It's we've got Arsenal to come at home, who typically we do all right against Arsenal at home in the last few seasons. All right, we've got to go to Leicester. I think it's their last home game, which could be quite pivotal for them. But that's a long way away. But in between, we've got a really good run of fixtures. What?
And Liverpool.
I'm not even asked about that place.
Who?
No, but all right, Anfield as well, of course.
But it's there. But I think with the momentum we've got, and teams will have a fear. And as you say, going to Man United, Oviedo, we've won there before. But teams will be apprehensive of us, for what we've got going forward. And whether you go to Man United, it'd be great to go there and hit them on the break. For years, how many times, hard luck stories we've had, penalty, penalty, and you're thinking, we're going to win here, and then you get the Oviedo one. Fantastic. So I think, they'll be a big question mark. Arsenal again, come to Goodison. We've beat them there before. But it's there for the players. They're the type of games you want to play in. But it's just that, I just think, the way we've played the last few weeks is the way we've got to play all the time. Is everybody, with options as well to play. I think that's the other good thing where, as soon as you get up now, you can 3 or 4 passes, you can knock, players in for a shot, a goal or whatever.
One fella who got his visa the other day was Nias, got it on Friday and obviously wasn't included on Saturday. At Virginia Toffee has said, how do you think he's going to perform on his debut? Presuming he gets his debut.
Well, hopefully he will do. I mean, it's just something, I don't think he's played since December though, but you do want to see him play. I mean, I said the only drawback is, we've had the Billy Eletonovs and Red Drobs and all these come from the Russian-Ukrainian leagues and haven't been the best. But he's scoring goals, but sort of put him in as soon as possible. If he comes over, just say, the crowd will sort of pull him through. But we need him in, because I don't think Coney's the answer, to be honest. It doesn't matter what he does from now to the
doesn't even matter
season.
What the question is. Coney's not the answer to it.
Yeah, but I just hope Nias is given a sort of taster. Even I don't know how the West Brom game's going to go, but I mean, he must play him because he's got to be, play for now.
He'll have another week's training, won't he? You'd imagine he'll be on the bench.
Well, he'll have a mini pre-season, I think. I think they'll really work him.
Yeah, I believe he's a hard worker, which is the biggest thing.
That's right.
He's like a pest, someone called him. So one of the journalists said he doesn't give the back 4 minutes, and that'll help Lukaku.
But as well, you see, teams won't know how he plays. As you're saying, he's an hard worker, but is he quick? Is he going to, go left, right? Has he got a good shot? And again, when you come against your Man United, your Arsenals and all these, you're going to need everybody, sort of on blob playing well. But it's just an unknown factor of getting another player in. You could be surprised.
Let me ask you this one, right? Johnny has said, that's 2 questions, so don't dive in. Will we be unchanged against Albion? That's at 1878, Johnny. And Everton Canada said, your thoughts on if Howard gets straight back in the team? Personally, I think it'll cost him his job. So.
Well, I mean, I'll throw this one to Ronnie as well, but I think we've got to be unchanged, haven't we, Ron? We've surely got to be unchanged. It's one of the best wins of the season, and you can't change it. And as for Howard, I've said this before, I've said it in videos, I've even titled videos, Tim Howard will get Roberto Martinez the sack, or in the real world he'd get him the sack. Like, if football was a real thing and a real industry and Roberto Martinez had a real boss, because he clearly doesn't have a real boss, probably God's his boss, knowing him, he'd say something like that, but in the real world Tim Howard would get him the sack. So
if he comes back
do not bring it, because I just think Saturday 2 o'clock team sheet comes out and everyone just goes, what are you doing? Will you ever learn? And I had a bit of a discussion with someone last night, because someone, I was chatting on Twitter and someone said to me, it's great the last week, but why couldn't have Roberto Martinez woke up a little bit earlier? Because we could all see it. So in a way, it's great this week, but also it shows that how much of a better season could have been. And then someone chimed in and went, yeah, but it's been great this week, hasn't it? Like, let's all keep going. Yeah, I understand that, but it only takes one thing for everyone to just go, what are you doing? And if he brings Tim Howard back, like, if he dropped Lennon on Saturday and brought Delafeu back, I'd go, that's stupid. But I'd understand why, because I'd think West Brom are a difficult side to get round the back of, and you might need that trickery of Delafeu. And but if he brings back Howard, I will just punch a wall. And I sat here 2 weeks ago, and we discussed about Martinez, and I said to Baz, at the moment, I'm right on the brink, and I said, if he brings Howard back for the Newcastle game, I want him sacked. Now, whether he got away with that by hook or crook, he got away with it. And
well, that's what I said to you before, over you know, they've got to be fit, but Howard especially, because you want him to make the decision.
Yeah.
You know, the thing is, again, he's got away with it, and you know, you'll know where you stand then. And as you say, there'll be the biggest sigh out of everybody as soon as that team sheet comes. You know,
some managers are good managers, but they're good managers because they're lucky managers.
Yeah.
Now I think if honest to God, if it turned down tomorrow and just went Howard's out for the rest of the season, I'd just go, thank you, because that would just solve all the problems. I'm having arguments with people night and day about Tim Howard, and I honestly just want the man to leave the club. And that's no disrespect for him, because to me, I just think he's a massive cloud. But
then again, isn't that a mark against Roberto Martinez?
It's Roberto Martinez's fault.
So again,
he's created it.
But this is what I'm saying. That's why you want it to come to the fore.
Yeah.
You want to say, well, if he's done it, you know, with Tim Howard, is he going to do it with?
But I don't know whether Roberto's got the bottle to drop. Yeah, well, I think he should have dropped him 12 months ago and something stopped him. And I just think if Tim Howard, if it turned around and went, Tim Howard's not fit enough and he'll leave in the summer, he'll go back to MLS, because that's obviously what's going on, then I just think it would just make the situation a lot easier. I know what you're saying about him being fit. It gives Roberto a choice to make. I'm not confident Roberto would make the.
But he's not the future, Ped.
No, he's not.
You know, this is what I'm looking at. And again, you'll knock him for 6, Robles, because it doesn't matter how many coaches are down his ear saying, "Look, mate, you're going to be long term." Once this fella goes, we feel like saying, "Well, he should have went either last year or this year, especially." I've been in and out 3 or 4 times. It's not happening, and all of a sudden on Saturday. After keeping 3 clean sheets on the bunk, you know, I think it's a slap in the face to everyone, but especially Robles. And to suppose I don't think, you know, if you've done a percentage, there's not many to say Howard. I think Mr. and Mrs. Howard, his mum and dad would, and I think his missus would. But
everyone with an American.
And Roberto, I forgot
and everyone with an American postcode as well. No. I think to be fair though, I think it almost. After the weekend, I mean, I don't know if you've heard the Joe Robles song, but it's not too complimentary to Tim Howard, and I think that annoyed a few people going, well, now you took it one step further, now you want Robles in, but also you're taking the mick out of Howard. I understand that the song's harmless, it's harmless, but I understand people going, well, it's one thing saying you want this lad not to be in the team, but another to like to you know, be a stain on his character. But we've said that loads of times on this show. How many times have you had a player that you sat there and he's gone on too long? In recent history, Stubbs, Weir, Phil Neville, where they've played far too distant last season, and it becomes a point where it's like there's infighting between fans and the actual players, especially with Distan.
Well, then again, you see, that's where I blame the manager.
Yeah.
You know, the old poem says, you're going past your sell-by date.
Yeah.
All great players, you know, I said before over Pelly, you know, you all get to a stage where you need a strong manager that goes, thanks very much, you've been fantastic. Yeah. And I think it's staying in Tim Howard, to be honest.
Yeah, it is.
You know, it's been fantastic, and he shouldn't get what he's getting now.
No,
but it's the frustration of the manager picking him week in and week out. Doesn't matter how he plays, how many mistakes he makes, and I just think the Saturday one might be the story that breaks the camel's back.
And also Howard is, and I've said this so many times, Howard is a brilliant ambassador for Everton in America, and you want that to last. You want that man to walk away with Everton. And to be honest, he does seem quite a cocky person, so I'm sure he'd be at the moment just going, I couldn't care less. But you'd like him to be like, when he goes back to the States, I'm sure he'd be playing for someone, he'd be doing media work. Maybe that's the only thing that's keeping him here, is that all the bleeding games he commentates on. But you'd like him to go back and being an ambassador for Everton. Now, if he leaves the club with sour sort of memories of the club, he might go, I'm never doing anything for them again, the way they treated me. So you want that. That's almost why I want it to be like, well, you know what? I don't want it to be Martin's decision. I want it to be taken out of his hands. And
you want it to be amicable.
I just want Joel to play goal.
Just leave him in for the... I mean, listen, back to the girls. Finish with these sweets when we're doing the end bit. But back to the game. This is a great chance for us to register 3 wins on the run. It was the first time at the weekend we've won back-to-back Premier League games. Like you say, we've got these at home. Home form hasn't been great, but you're only as good as your last game. At home, which was a 3-0 win. We get off to a good start against these. We can put these to bed, can't we? Oh,
definitely. I think, again, I mean, they're not the best of games, even when you go to the Autons. Playing, and we got a good result, obviously 2-0 down, and we get the 3. So the fear factor's not there, but again, I think it's a mindset how we go out to start playing.
Yeah.
You just turn out and say, you know, we know West Brom, they do it, they're organised, the pool is factored, and you go, well, hang on, did you watch them against Newcastle? They haven't scored for X amount of games. You know, they're not going to come up with anything new. You know everything about them, but you just think, hang on, we've done this to certain teams, but just let's go out there and play.
Yeah.
You know, Ross, for me, they should be frightened to death. You know, forget Lukaku and all these, Lennon, whatever, you just say, give it to him. And, you know, your Jakob and all these in midfield, I mean, they're not the best team.
Yeah.
And if he runs at him, I'll guarantee you, get on Jakob getting a yellow card.
Yeah.
First yellow card, you win a few quid Saturday. But, you know, you go through their team and we're far superior, we really are. And again, over 90 minutes, I've got no fear.
I think for me, it's important we get a shot in early on, get them under a little bit of
Yeah.
pressure. And I think with the two, and this again, this isn't digging John Stones out, it's just these two at the moment suit what we need. What we need is clean sheets, and these two, defensively wise, it'll mean that they can't just press us high up the pitch. And I think we get these under a bit of pressure, kick off at Goodison, get a couple of shots in early on, get the crowd lifted, and everything else will take on. Because the problem for me at home is, when we do all that passing at the back, it just, everyone just goes.
Everyone settles down, don't they?
And the away team settles down.
And that's what I'm saying.
Lennon
said, I think Alan Lennon said it last couple of games, hasn't he? He said, we've started fast. You know, he said that was really important against Carlisle. Start fast, get out the box, quiet everyone down, put the giant kill into bed. And he said it about Newcastle as well. He said, we wanted to get out there. And I think he sets the tone now, Lennon.
The difference is looking forward and running forward. You know, we've got players now, you know, there's no excuse to say, well, we've got no pace. We've got Lennon in. You've got Ross Barkley can run midfield. You know, there's not many quicker than him in the old of the Premier League in midfield. You've got Lukaku scoring goals. You know, we've used supply him, it's there. You've got Oviedo. You've got cleverly delivers a lovely ball. You know, great delivery for Seamus Coleman's header. So we're scoring from corners. So again, you know, they're usually good, but we've got the height now, the delivery, and players who can hit them. You know, we can score goals. So, as I say, it's just the manager. You know, is he going to go out and say, look, you've done this against Stoke at the Britannia. This is Goodison today. Just go out there and do the same and play the same way.
Souness said, again, he was on Sky a couple of weeks ago, I think it was an Everton game, it was an Everton game we saw him out, and he said, you know, when Liverpool were at the best, you know, he said, first 10 minutes, he said, we wouldn't have been passing it around at the back. He said, we would have just started lumping it and getting them turned and just seeing, like, what have you got? Let's see if we can nick an early goal just by being direct. He said, we didn't settle the game down in the first 2 minutes. He said, you settle the game down, you're settling everyone down. He said, we get it going straight from the start. He said, and you know, he was bigging up himself. He said, we were the best team in Europe. He said, which they were, fair enough. He said, but that's what you've got to do, isn't it?
I always think you should play two different. At home, away from home, it's great to settle the game down because it quietens their crowd. If you're knocking it round, they can't get any momentum and it kills the game almost, and then you take over. At home, we should be doing the opposite. Get it long. Yeah, it might be a little bit of long ball, but just do it for 10 minutes. Get them, like you say, get them turned. See if we can pick the bits up, get a couple of shots in. You want the away team to feel under pressure immediately, so the crowd are on your back, you know.
When you know as good as me, it's really intimidating Goodison when they're up for it. And again, I won't name drop a few ex-pros recently who've told you, they can't believe where we are in the league. They just look at us and go, I can't believe it. And, you know, Stoke on Saturday, how are you where you're at?
You can name drop here on
we played different ways and you know, at Goodison, as you say, you know, to go there, you just go, what we've got, they should be frightened to death coming to Goodison and going, do you know what, we're up for it today. Do you know what, if we don't play well against these, we'll get sunk there.
I don't want somebody...
You know, I'm still waiting for the tongue, and I still think we've got that in our locker. But if I had that, you know, we should be beating teams 4s and 5s because we have got that potential. But again, it's going back where we've said it on numerous occasions, the slow build-up, the crowd are falling asleep, 10, 15 minutes. We as a team have done the away team's job by quieting the crowd.
That's it.
So you feel like saying, so, well, no, you know, you've got a 12th man with the best in the world, the crowd. Just say, you know, on Saturday, as soon as that whistle goes, for 90 minutes, you're going to get pounded. And again, we can play it short, play it long, if you want to have a battle. But I know Olsen's another one who could get a yellow card. There's too many of them that I think we can take the cleaners, I really do. And you don't want to shout from the rooftops all the time, we're on a roll. You know, it's been a fantastic week for us. But, you know, we'll not be up against it. But I'll be really disappointed if we don't get a win, and a decent win. But, you know, if it's a draw, you'll be thinking back again, going, here we go again. One good win or 2 good wins,
momentum,
and
isn't
then
it now?
But you don't want to waste.
Exactly.
You don't want to waste the Stoke.
No,
you want to
no.
Stoke win the home game. Not
That's
just
right.
then not prepare. Look where we are. Couple of wins.
Yeah.
We're 8th going. Hang on, United are 5th on 40, but only 5
I've got a
points
stiff
behind
neck now looking up now.
That's the thing.
It's
You
lovely.
look and you go, bloody hell.
No, but it's
we
the
win
message
this.
though, as well, Baz, sending it out to your Man United, your Arsenal and all these. You know, if we go through February, you know, unbeaten, we'll be in the quarter-final of the FA Cup. We'll be maybe 7th. And then the running then the last few months is we will have the momentum. We'll have a fit squad, and you'll be saying, look, anyone that comes, you know, up against us.
The Ash could be he could get 5 or 6 goals. That's important.
Well, yeah.
Delafeu to come back, Bezic to come back.
We're covered all
It's
over
good
the pitch.
because it's we've got this week off as well. It's the first week off we've had in a few weeks, isn't it? So especially after the massive like hectic Christmas New Year period, so it is a good chance for a few people to recharge the batteries. And the squad,
Give Gareth Barry a rest.
yeah, but the squad is looking quite good now. You know.
No, but the thing with that though, Baz, is we're looking fresh.
Yeah.
We really, you know, it was heavy ground against Stoke, and you know, all right, Carlisle never great opposite, but that was heavy. You've got the Newcastle game, and then all of a sudden you go into Stoke and you're thinking, are we going to get a reaction here today? And the way we were running and finished the game off, I know goals help, but right through the match I thought we looked fitter, stronger, quicker, more powerful. And we just made a decent Stoke team look really, really
Like Ped said, I mean,
to ourselves.
in the second half, we were flying forward.
Oh, honestly.
Could have got goals. Everton in the pack, like, we talked about this in the past, like the likes of Bournemouth away, Sunderland, our own Villa. We got to that hour, we were in front, we just switched off then, it was right.
But that's where I've always said about Everton. You know,
game.
to be a top team, you've got to be ruthless. You've got to put you know, when you've got a foot on a fella's neck, keep it there. And it's like a football team. You
Never
just
go
turn
for a fight.
All right, no, but you just turn around and you say, you know, when we get the thirds, we won a fourth, and we won a fifth, and we won a
That's
sixth.
what the top team.
But that's why Barcelona do it. You know, 7 against Valencia. You know, you don't sit back and go, aren't we great? You know, 2-0 at the Mestalla, and we'll take them back to our place. And they want 5, 6, 7, and you know, go for it. And we've got to be similar. And I think with Nias coming as well, watching the game, he's looked at the Goodison atmosphere. 1-3-0, goes to Stoke, win 3-0 again.
He's going to think we win 3-0 every week.
Well, I'll have a bit of this.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, you know, they've got wide players, they've got pace. Now, I can't wait to see him, to be honest. But, you know, it's another, you know, maybe selection for, you know, Roberto Martinez to worry over. But it's looking good, lads, isn't it? But it's, hopefully Saturday we'll get that win as well.
Let's reel some of these tweets off what we asked Ped to you. When all our centre midfielders are fit, who plays? That's from Wolsey, EFC.
Don't know. Not my job.
Oh, for God's sake, that's Ronny then. Who's your best 2 when all our centre midfielders are fit?
Oof, God, that is
a tough one, isn't it?
Well, the Besic one, I think with Besic he's shown what he can do. That's the good part. But when you see McCarthy back to his best, I mean, you know, when he first came to go, I thought this fella's going to be unbelievable. So he's had injuries that, but Saturday he did really look the part, and that's what you know. We need players like him. But I think with the Barry, you know, has been fantastic. The only thing I really feel ashamed of is, well, not ashamed of, but a shame is that his age. Yeah. Because I think we're going to have to look for someone to replace him.
Can Besic not do that?
Well, he could do it, but I think at his age, to be honest, I think he's been a revelation since he's come in. He really has. But I just think the way Gareth Barry, I mean, a couple of the interceptions he's done on Saturday, and he can see things happening.
Just shuts
he's still at a young age. You know, you're going to have McCarthy and Besic, two, I think, hopefully the future for many years, which we can see. But I just think you need a real old head in there, you know, that can anchor things and know what's happening.
Answer this question.
Go on,
I don't know. At D Bergen, D5, has the penny finally dropped? Results coming from a unit rather than exciting individuals out of position. Obviously,
I don't know. I don't know if the penny's dropped, because we've said this before. We said this before the Chelsea game, after the Spurs game. I thought the penny had dropped, and then he changed it all around by playing 2 wingers again. And this is why I keep saying you can't play 2 wingers. I just think that we'll see, won't we?
Okay. No, the balance. That's what he's got to look at. You've got to look at it. Balance when it's successful. But then you've got to think of the bigger picture to say, well, look, that's how we're going to go forward. But because he switches things around, it's, you know, again.
At times he still thinks that he can pass certain teams to death. And he showed against Swansea that it just doesn't work like that, does it?
No.
You know.
Right, Ronny, Michael Diaz, realistically, where should Everton now be aiming to finish?
I'd say I'll be disappointed if we don't finish top 6. I think the old Champions Leagues is
that's gone. Yeah.
But it's the old if only, and I think Ped touched on it before. If the manager, I keep saying, I think he's got away with a lot, to be honest, this season, and decisions wise, substitution wise, and all that. We could have been in that full. We should have been the Tottenham of this year. Maybe less there. I'm not saying winning it, but we should be doing far better than what we are. And I think the manager has got to look at himself on a lot of team selections and where we've lost points as well.
Ped at looks like Funes Mori. It isn't that. You'll know who you are. Do you think Martinez will play Nias on the wing
this week?
Well, just probably. Is that where his place is?
I think he'll end up being the left-sided midfielder.
Right.
And I think, going back to the question before, that could mean cleverly taking up Gareth Barry's position.
As we go forward.
In time. Because what I've seen of Nias, he likes to play off the left. He's right-footed, but he likes to cut in. And I think...
hard work.
And plus, if you've got a full-back that goes around the back of him, that's perfect. That's all Pina used to do.
I'll answer this one. Rossi, FC 95. If Martinez brings Howard back in on Saturday, is it a sackable offence?
Yes.
At Big Dunk _999, Cleven Lennon balance works better than Jerry and Morales, etc. Is it because of attacking full-backs or work rate in your Sean?
No, I think work rate and in the nicest possible way, having a brain. I think the two of them. I'll go back to Cleverly. No, but you see danger. You know, it's like with anything. When you're a forward, a defender, centre half, whoever it is, you've got to see things. And I think them two are more mature in the way they play football. I think with Delafeu, who's been superb. It's like it's the five-a-side. Just give me the ball. I don't have to do nothing else. And if I lose it, you'll get it back, and then I'll win it. Lennon doesn't do that. You know, Lennon tracks back. He listens, and I think in a formation, you can actually say to him, which he did on Saturday, still work back, help Seamus, and then vice versa. If he overlaps, you just drop in. And I think it worked excellent. And, you know, Delafeu's got to bring that to his game. You know, we know he's young and he should learn, but I think looking at Lennon, you know, that's the perfect wide player.
Ped, Cal Messi, why didn't we bid for Charlie Austin, £4 million?
Because he's got cheese strings in his knees.
Okay. Futya _Henry05 when both are fit, partners Barry, it's McCarthy, that's what we've just said before. Ronnie, Stevie, Toffee, when Stones is fit, would you leave him out the side and keep Murray and Jags in?
I would do. I would do the way they're playing. I mean, I don't know how West Brom's going to go. I think he's out injured again. But I think it's shown John Stones to get back to basics as a defender. And again, we can go on all day about him coming out of defence and, you know, he's learning this and he's doing that. You know, I keep saying, if he's that good, play him in midfield or play him wide. You know, if he's got the technique, whatever, he's a defender. And I think with Jags looked happy with Murray. I think the way he's been
Jags
playing
is back on the right-hand side. Maybe that's got something to do with it. And Murray's a left. It might just be down to just basics. One kicks with the right foot, one kicks with the left foot, and they're just happier. Although I wish Murray'd stop trying to do overhead kicks.
This is for you, only a couple more. Big P-Cat, Everton line-up, Chesney. What do you think of that? Being linked with what?
Hawks?
Not Chesney Hawks. Arsenal keeper, he's on loan. Being linked with us.
No.
Thoughts?
No.
As a number
one. Why would we want a goalkeeper who can't get into the Arsenal team? Simple as that. If we're going to go and get a goalie, go and get an absolute top-class goalkeeper. Stop arsing about with getting people's rejects. Same with the next manager as well. I don't want to see an up-and-coming manager. I want a manager who's won everything. Sorry, but it's time to get the standards back a bit.
Get Ronny back in.
No, but I agreed with the Arsenal one. He's poor.
Time to get the standards back, Ronny, isn't it?
Last one, at Talked Off. Is the current starting 11 the best we can put out? Or is there anyone in the squad that would do better in our current starting 11?
No, I think if John Stones got back to defend and then add to the game, but I think we're not far short there. I think Lennon, as I say, with his tracking back, I think we look really solid. Cleverly playing really well. As I say, I think he'll just get better the more games that he plays. I think Barry in midfield, McCarthy, if he keeps playing like that. It's going to be hard to shift him, but I think defensively we're looking far stronger than we were, but still not taking away the offensive play that, you know, with your Delafeus and all that. You know, Lennon's still doing that. I think Lukaku, and they're looking happier. I think the players are.
It's funny, isn't it?
In a more balanced.
2 weeks ago, we were all sort of raving about Morales after he'd had a couple of good performances, and now no one can care less. And it's about Lennon. That's great, isn't it? That's what you want.
Hopefully this week.
That's what you want.
Yeah, but as you say, that's the progress. We haven't talked about Morales until you just mentioned it, so that's good.
That's
you know.
Thanks for all your tweets anyway.
Yeah, don't forget, put your comments in below, anything you want to discuss about this game, any of the tweets you've just talked about there, all that in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe as well. We're aiming for 7,000. We're not far off it yet. Get us to the 7,000. On Twitter it is at Toffee TV1, and at Facebook it is facebook.com Toffee TV EFC. We're on Instagram as well, Toffee TV1. We're all these. Ronny's shaking his head. He's like, Health Through Sport on Twitter. If you want to talk to Ronny, he'll always talk to you if you're blonde and 6 foot. He don't answer us. Yeah. Thanks for watching Toffee TV.